Welcome to Jones and for Sports, where we make sports better.
What it is, y'all, it's your boy Jones, co-host E,
Nope.
and welcome to E and J Full Court Shot Season 3, goddamn it. Yes, we made it to Season 3. We doing big things, boy. We ain't get canceled. We doing big things right now. So Season 3, you already know the vibes. We're gonna bring that energy. We're gonna spike it up a little bit. We're gonna get more people on here to talk that shit with us because you know that's what we love to do. NBA season kicked off a couple days ago. Games are going on now. We got Dallas and Atlanta going on as we speak. We both watching because we got to make sure we on par with it. I know we've been off a little bit for a while, and even during the season last year, there was just so much going on that we couldn't have as many episodes. But we promise we definitely gonna have a lot more episodes this year.
Yeah, we back to it.
We really gonna get back to it. So Season 3, we gonna have a whole bunch of it, shit talking, bets, all that type of shit. So like I said, it kicked off already. Before we start, E, how you feeling just going into the season?
I'm excited, like it's kind of like feeling a little more normal now because it's a normal start to the season. We're not starting like so much after the season before like we did. Watching games, seeing the arenas packed. Like, not to jump too far ahead, but like I was watching that Knick game yesterday. Not a Knick fan at all. But just seeing the Garden and hearing how the Garden was rocking. Right there seems like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you on that. I'm excited as hell. Just as a sports fan, it's just a great time to be watching sports. You got baseball,
that's what I was saying. Football. It don't even matter on whatever team you root for. We're at the time of the year where all sports are happening at the same time.
This is paradise for sports fans. This is paradise for Jones for sports. So we trying to get at it as best as we can and give y'all all the news updated. But like I said, Jones for Sports, E and J Full Court Shot. We're back, Season 3. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and get on playing with your boy Jones and E. But let's start it off. You said it. My Knicks, goddamn it, my goddamn Knicks came out with a banger yesterday. Double OT. It went the length. You could tell that those players gave it their all, both the Knicks and the Celtics, because in that second OT, you could tell how tired they were.
Oh, yeah. That guy's missing wide open
dunks, a bunch of air balls. I mean, to start off OT, they hit like 6 threes in a row. It was like, oh, shit, this is about to be one of those games.
You can't ask for anything more than game one. Let's go double OT.
You can't. That was crazy. As a Knicks fan, that was amazing. And for my boy Evan Fournier, come on, that's how you show up in a debut, my guy, in the Garden.
I mean, especially
those fans. Come on, that's how you do it.
Especially since that's like a signing everybody criticized and was like not happy about because he wasn't the flashy name. Obviously, but they brought back hometown hero Kemba.
Kemba
did his thing. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kemba did his thing.
Julius Randle.
Julius is doing his thing.
And RJ Barrett stepped up.
He got that. I hope they have that bad taste in their mouth from getting whooped by the fucking Hawks in the playoffs. I hope they have that bad taste still in their mouth to this day. And that fuels them going forward because with Kemba and Fournier, you got Julius, you got Mitchell, who came back, got us 17 rebounds, 20 plus points. D Rose, who barely played yesterday, came in clutch in OT. I mean, that was just beautiful. So as a Knicks fan, I was really happy about that. I know it's game one. I don't want to get too excited, but that's the way you want to start a season.
Yeah, you don't want to be
against a rival too.
You don't want to start your Knicks fandom right now. Where all right, game one, we look like the favorites. Nah, but it was a game. Before we jump over to the Celtics side of it, yeah, they definitely played out, especially a home crowd. But the only thing like I would want to see from the Knicks is stop depending and putting that ball in Randall's hands so much and setting up the plays. Don't get me wrong, is he a good passer? Yeah, I think he led the team in assists last year, but not Kemba. You got
right, exactly. That's why you
we all
brought
know
Kemba.
what kind of hurt him in the playoffs last year was not having a playmaker.
D Rose was the only one really making plays.
And then Randall is like, Randall plays a lot of minutes. You don't need him bringing up the ball and setting up the offense. Take a little bit off his plate.
Right, exactly. I agree 100%. That's exactly why you brought those guys in, especially a point guard. Come on, take that off his plate. Let him sit back and do what he does best, because he can do what he does best with off the ball. Like that's not going to be a problem. But I'm very, very confident going into the season. But we'll get more into that when we break down our divisions. But it was a very sour beginning on the West Coast for the Lakers.
Not really.
For me, I we'll get into it. I'm gonna let you go first. Go ahead. Talk about your Lakers loss.
If you're a real basketball fan, like a real fan, you ain't getting stressed out over game one loss. Like,
absolutely not. No.
I see everybody's quick because we are the Lakers and we have LeBron, so we got the double hate.
Of course, the
double hate. We lost, especially to the Warriors with Steph not playing that well. But like I said, and everybody's talking because we went winless in the preseason. And shout out Kuzma for trying to throw a little bum ass dig, saying that they winless without him. Kuzma, you're still a bum. Anyway, I'm glad. Before I even go, I'm glad Kuzma's in Washington because we're not going to speak a lot about him this year.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Anyway, so
shots fired. Pop, pop, pop. I told you guys. We getting them going.
Listen, you can't shoot when you won a ring because of other people. You didn't contribute much to that ring. So,
that's a fact.
But it's game one. It's pretty much all right. We brought back White, Rondo, and some other guys from the championship team, but it's still a lot of new guys to that core.
Yeah,
you got to gel together. You brought in Westbrook. You gotta fit him in. Ron and AD did their thing.
Damn sure.
I'm definitely not stressing that loss. Would you like to win? Of course, but it's a long season.
Yeah, that's a fact. My question:
4 to 5 Hall of Fame players on that team.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, they'll figure it out for sure. My question for you though: what's your confidence level as far as do you think this is gonna fit? Is this gonna work? Is this gonna get you guys back out of the West? What level out of 10? 10 being the highest. Where you at right now? I know it's early, but that's what we're gonna gauge
being that it's early, my confidence is super high. So it'd be like an 8, 9.
Okay.
I don't want to say 10 because anything could happen. But they're the favorites for a reason. Like, look at the first year, not last year, obviously, the year before winning the championship. We didn't know what we was having. We just had almost what we have now, no shooting. We had a little more shooting then, but we didn't have a shooting point guard.
Right.
We didn't have a lot of stuff that year. So I feel like this year's similar. You just gotta work. Look at last year. Through all the injuries and stuff, we finished second in defense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely defense was strong for sure. You got to be able to have that.
And we have more veterans on that team. Like I said, they will figure it out.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm as far as confidence level, I'm with you. I'm 7, 8. It's early, very early in the season.
What helps my confidence as well is the fact of it's the West, but there's key guys missing in the West.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kawhi Leonard might not play this year.
Yeah, that's most
Clay's
likely
not coming back till maybe February.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray. We don't know when we see him. That's
Mhm.
3 top guys right there.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a
You got
fact.
guys. There's obviously Phoenix showed up, but we got to see if Phoenix can
Yeah,
build
get
off
back
of
into
that,
that.
or
Yeah,
they just happen to have a good run and make it to the final.
they just
Not
happen to have a
not gonna
Miami
throw
year.
the shots, but they played a lot of hurt guys. A lot of teams were hurt getting on that road,
Mm-hmm.
and they ran
It
into a
happened.
healthy team in the finals and got that ass whooped.
Got that ass tore up.
But
But
not stressing it.
yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think that it's too early to be worried, but I definitely, was like, wasn't happy with the fact that on opening night, Westbrook in front of his hometown on the night when LeBron and AD dropped 30 plus, he doesn't show up. I didn't. I know it's
Like
day
that.
one, but you gotta show up
Oh no, of
because
course. But I feel like to me that seems like a case of maybe he putting too much pressure on himself.
he did. He did. I
For the
think he was
home crowd.
nervous, and that's definitely understandable. My other thing is AD. What's up with your free throws, man? Since last year, his free throws have gone down.
He's hanging out with LeBron too much.
It's rubbing off because 2 for 5 or 2 for 7. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't
We
know.
AD was one of those guys that we could rely on when it came to free throws. Last year and this year so far, not looking too good. Like that can't happen. If it's because of LeBron, then you guys stop fucking shooting free throws together.
Yeah,
Get the
don't take
fuck
it.
away from each
Listen,
other.
listen, we can hang out with LeBron all the time, but when it comes to shooting, let's.
Yeah, get away from that. Like AD, that's another thing. That I'm glad that he had his 30 plus night, but we're gonna need that every game. We're gonna need to see AD be a top 5 player
If
most of the season.
AD is healthy this whole year and plays up to his potential, who's stopping him from getting the MVP?
Right. Right. He's gotta have that dog in him now. Now that you got that ring under you, boy, they don't stop there. Everybody
And you
gonna ask,
have
oh, what
guys, you
happened
have
then?
other guys that came in that they're hungry for that ring, and you're a key member to
Mm-hmm.
that.
You gotta be.
Let's be honest. Why is Melo there? Melo wants a fucking ring.
Yeah. Melo looked pretty good too.
Melo looked pretty
Melo
good
looked young.
all year.
He
Like
looked
even in the
moving quick.
preseason, pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he ain't shy. He gonna put him up. He's gonna fucking put him up. But yeah. So that was my only thing about that. But not hopefully. I know if there's anybody that can get it done, it's that guy, LeBron James, that can make this work. He's gonna make it work. There's gonna have to be a lot of sacrifices, but if you sacrifice, shit will happen.
And
Shit will come work.
let's be honest too. He got bumped in the first round pretty early last year.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's first year with the Lakers, we didn't make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The following year, getting a more rested LeBron.
Yep, and a lighter LeBron. He lost some weight.
So let's hope he got the rest he needed. Because remember, last year was a quick turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just what last week was a year ago that the Lakers won the 2020 championship.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's fucking crazy.
We already going on the third season, the 2 years removed.
Nuts. Fucking nuts. All right, so now we're gonna get into breaking down the division aspect of it. So basically, what we'll do is just think who's gonna be at the top of this list and who's gonna be at the bottom of the list.
So
and who's gonna be in between.
We're gonna stay in the Pacific division then?
You wanna go to the Pacific?
Let's stay here. We're on the Lakers. Let's start.
We already here, yeah. So fuck it. All right, so let me just make sure.
It's no secret who I'm going with as the number 1 seed in that division.
Dude, yeah, we already spoke on it. We already know. It's the Lakers. We can't disagree with you.
And
I can't disagree with you.
I don't sugarcoat my hate for them at all.
Oh yeah.
Clippers are not in second in that division. I think that's the Warriors spot. Steph is out something.
I think it'll be between the Warriors and the Suns.
Oh yeah,
because it all
I
depends
forget the
on.
Suns. So matter of fact, yeah, I'll give the Suns that, and then so that even pushes it worse for the Clippers. For me, I think they're gonna be fourth. But before I
Yep.
go there, like I say, yeah, I'll give it to the Suns. I forgot the divisions in the NBA fuck me up. I'm not gonna lie, because
Yeah, no, me too.
you don't really pay attention to divisions in NBA.
It's not as important. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's not as important.
But
in football, it's important.
football and baseball is like very important.
Right,
But,
exactly. Like that shit's very
yeah.
important.
So I got the Lakers, Suns, Warriors, and Clippers, and not I'm not gonna shit on the Clippers just because I hate them. It's just the high chance of Kawhi not playing the whole year. And I don't want to hear, oh, but PG look good. PG's not always consistent.
Exactly.
He hasn't earned that for me to say, PG's gonna. Yeah, did he actually finally have a good playoffs? Of course. I'm not gonna take that away from him.
Yeah. He fine. You gotta give him his flowers. Yeah.
What else? Like, what else have they done to prove they got it?
Right. They'll be a decent team, but they won't be good enough.
And obviously,
they won't be good enough.
Obviously, fifth, the Kings.
The Kings, I think, are going to be a scary, low-key team this year because De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield, those guys, we've seen it yesterday. They could light it up.
I think Buddy Hield finally gets moved this year, though.
I hope so. I think him and De'Aaron Fox.
Course, yeah.
Yeah, but I think De'Aaron Fox just signed a contract recently, if I'm not mistaken. But if not, he needs to get out of there too because he's talented as hell. He's talented as hell, and he's got to get out of there. But I think the Kings can make a little bit of noise with that young talent. But no, they're in the Pacific. That's a tough division to be in when you got all those guys. So, yeah, I'm with you. I have the exact same order that you had it in. Lakers at the top, Kings at the bottom. Clippers not going to be so good. Warriors, if Steph can hold them afloat.
If Steph
Clay gets there,
if Steph can look like
MVP
favorite that we seen early in the season last year,
yeah,
and then you get a healthy Clay back.
Yep, Wiggins, he's gonna have to step up.
Those
he's gonna have to be big in that
players played the way they played game one, shit, they might be more scary.
Poole and those guys, yeah. Wiseman still, I think he's injured, but he's gonna be coming back. So they could be a very, very scary team. Moving to the Northwest, you got the Nuggets, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Thunder, the Blazers, and the Jazz. I'll start off, and I'm gonna stick with the Jazz. They won it last year, and I think they'll have that same great team. Mitchell's still balling like crazy. So I don't think any other team can really match with them besides the Nuggets. But even still, without Jamal Murray, they're not going to be really. Well, they'll have a shot, but not a big shot. So I think the Jazz run away with it. I don't think they'll be as good as they were last year, but they're going to run away with that.
I don't see them as being the first seed in the West again.
No, they're not going to do what they did last year, but they're definitely still going to be a very good team. Now it's between the Nuggets.
Can I give you what I have?
What, for two? Who you got for two?
I got Minnesota at two.
I can't go that far. They're a good team, definitely on paper, but they just haven't I
think Anthony
been consistent. He's a problem. He's absolutely a problem. He's a problem. He seen what he did yesterday was crazy.
Yesterday, him, Cat, and D'Lo all played very well.
My problem is they've got to be consistent. They're not consistent. Why were they one of the worst teams last year with all that talent?
I have two is because that Jamal Murray injury.
I think the Nuggets
if the Nuggets are at full strength, though, the Nuggets take that division.
Yeah, no. Yeah, right.
I think with a lot of it having to be more on Jokic's plate now until Murray gets back.
I'm gonna go with I'll go with the Nuggets at 2. You know what? I'll give in. I'll go with the Wolves 3 because
Don't get me
they're
wrong.
definitely
We could be feeling this way just because from what we've seen yesterday.
right.
But I
Because
just think Anthony, in all reality, as much as I'm a fan of the guy, Anthony Edwards should have won Rookie of the Year over LaMelo just because he played more games.
yes, I agree. I agree 100%. But yeah, the on paper the Wolves could be a fucking.
Yeah,
They could
exactly.
easily.
They have that talent and they're all young.
Exactly. On paper, they could be the best team in that division. On
And I'll
paper.
say this right now. If he doesn't live up to it this year, we have to stop talking about him as the best, and I'm talking about Cat. I feel like
This is my point. This is why I can't put
not
him at 2.
taking.
This is why I
If
can't
you
put him
don't
at
talk
2
about, if
because
he's not here next year, he's overrated.
yeah, I agree. I'm with you. Because you got to be able to take that
He's
that talent and that team to the next
we know
level.
what the potential is because we've seen it. But it's like he's comfortably staying here when his level should be.
Yeah, exactly. He's comfortable where he's at instead of
He
taking
should be
to his
taking that
potential.
Joel Embiid step.
I was just gonna say Joel Embiid. Yep, because he has Joel Embiid's size and he's
And
dominant.
he's a better shooter.
Yeah, much better shooter than Joel. Absolutely, because Joel will take dumb shots. But yeah, so I got the Wolves at 3, and then obviously the Blazers, and then Thunder. Shay's gonna put up numbers. That's all he's there for, is just to put up numbers.
And it kills me to have the Blazers at 4 because I'm like, I think Damian Lillard's like my favorite player in the league.
Yeah, he's one of mine too.
There's no help there.
None. You can't rely on CJ being healthy for a full season. He can light it up. He lit it up yesterday, but is he going to be there every game?
But even if he's there every game, there's nothing else there.
Right, exactly. You need a dominant big man. If they got a dominant big man and a few players on the bench that could really light it up, I would be like, all right, the Blazers are back in it. But sorry, Blazers, you guys are going to be at or close to the bottom with the Thunder in that division. Now moving over to the Southwest, you got Dallas, the Rockets, Grizzlies, Pelicans, and the Spurs. Who you got at the top of the list? No. Start off who at the bottom of that list.
Was it is the 3 Texas teams?
3 Texas teams.
Memphis, New Orleans.
Yeah.
All right, the bottom. I'm gonna say Houston. Just because they got young talent.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're young.
They're very
and
young.
I won't, even though I'm putting them maybe a spot above, or I can't do that to Pop and put the Spurs at the bottom.
Yeah, right.
The coaching alone feels like
exactly. That's a fact. Just off of Pop's name.
But this is where I flip flop. Do I take Pop, or do I go? Matter of fact, no. I'm 4. I'm gonna have New Orleans.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Big Brandon Ingram fan, but like I think
Zion's gonna be out for a while.
Zion, who knows? And then losing Lonzo's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I forgot about that already. Losing Lonzo is gonna be huge.
Gonna be a lot of work on Brandon Ingram. Who's like, I feel like getting away from the Lakers. As much as I'm a fan of him and a Laker fan, it hurt, but was best for him and getting him out of that spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely. And now he's in a position where he can maximize his deal going forward, because now with nobody, he can just light it up every night. Exactly. Take an L, but light it up. Now your contract's going to be, and you can get traded to a nice team. So I don't think he'll be there forever. And because Zion's even talked about leaving. So, and he's talking about coming right here, y'all. He's talking about coming right here, y'all. Zion, bring your big ass over here.
Yeah, he's gonna be
all that.
He's gonna be like 340 when he gets over here.
Don't leave all that food over there. I know it's good, Zion, but New York is where it's
He gonna come to New York and
big ass
all that Italian food. Fuck all that southern food.
All that jambalaya.
Yeah, I got them 4, and then 3 I'll have the Spurs.
Right, out of respect. That's
Pop
a fact.
alone. And 2, the Grizzlies. They get better. Like last year, they made it to the playoffs. They beat
Mm-hmm.
the Warriors in one of the playing games.
Playing games, yeah.
Ja Morant is good.
Yeah.
And having Jackson back healthy will be big for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they picked up
They got-
Steven Adams,
Yep.
which should
Yep.
help, And then obviously first, Dallas.
Yeah.
Luka
Dallas.
alone.
Come on.
MVP.
They basically have the same team.
Yeah, he's an MVP candidate.
They're gonna be a dominant team. They're gonna be a dominant team. So yeah, no. All right. I'm 100% with you on that one. Now let's bring it back to the East Coast, East Side. We're gonna start it off on the Atlantic, where my Knicks reside at. We got the Celtics over there. We got the 76ers, who's going through a little bit of turmoil right now. We go up north, real far up north to the Raptors. And then we got the Boston Celtics farther up east. Who is coming out of that division number one?
The boys down the block from the
God
wait.
damn it.
Let me get my shit talking out real quick.
Go ahead. Talk that
All
shit.
that talk on the Lakers, they winless, they old, they this, they that. Everybody's favorite to win the chip this year is the Nets, right?
Yep.
Before I get into Kyrie, if you looked at a lot of the acquisitions, they just as old.
Right.
They picked up a lot of guys mid-30 to the late 30s.
Yep.
That's one. 2, you're missing Kyrie Irving. Probably the best finishing guard in the league.
Absolutely.
Got some of the best handles. This ain't a political podcast. We ain't gonna get into that
Right.
vaccine or not vaccine. I don't care. I don't care
Right.
if you vaccinate, if you want to get vaccinated or not. It's up to you. I don't care.
Right.
But you got Kevin Durant, James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
You have the best scorer ever to play the game.
Yeah.
James Harden, one of the best scorers to play the game. They were both just announced to the NBA 75 team. We'll talk about that in another episode. But
absolutely,
like I said, and let's not forget, if Durant's big ass feet,
big ass
like
toes,
size smaller, he probably not talking about the Bucks as the champion right now.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We might be talking about a whole.
And I'll end it on one thing. It was said a couple years ago. I'm Kevin Durant.
I'm fucking Kevin Durant.
He's that guy.
He's definitely that guy.
And then, are you gonna say something about the Nets? I was gonna say my list.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Say your list, and then I'll go back.
For the second place team, we staying in the fucking Apple first.
You goddamn right. We fucking staying in the goddamn Apple. I thought you was
when it comes to sports, I'm not the biggest New York sports fan. I like the Yankees.
Me neither. I got 2 teams I like.
I like the Yankees the Yankees and the Rangers. That's it. That's it. I'm a prideful New Yorker, as it is. Shit is tattooed on me. But yeah, nah. And that's not even had to do what I seen yesterday. Building off of what they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
They got it. I think they're gonna compete this year. All I'm saying, Knicks fans, don't bring your hopes up so high.
Yeah.
Let's not say it's championship or bust.
Yeah, hell no.
Let's consistently make the playoffs first.
Yeah, exactly. Let's win the round 1 first.
Exactly.
Let's do that.
Take small steps. But nah,
we take baby steps. We gotta crawl before we walk. Oh, he tried to fucking kill him. Goddamn Hardaway.
Watch the football game. No, but
oh yeah, fine.
Hey, Broncos are playing. I gotta watch. If Evan Fournier can show up the way he showed up last night consistently, they're gonna be scary. If Julius Randle's the Julius Randle from last year, good. And if Tibbs plays as smart and you use Kemba and Derrick Rose the right way,
Mhm.
them two will help each other stay healthy.
Yep, that's a fact.
And RJ Barrett,
Mm.
I'm a Duke fan. Okay? RJ needs to take that step this year.
Has to. He
Take the
fucking has to.
step. Be that wing player they need.
Hmm. That's a fact. We got to.
Third place team. This is where I'm iffy.
Yeah, it gets a little tougher over here.
All right, just because we're talking about right now in the moment, I like Boston right now,
Okay.
and I feel like obviously everybody knows Tatum's on the cusp of being a superstar,
Mm-hmm.
and he has these moments and stretches where he's just bad and misses.
Yeah.
I think
Last
the
night.
big thing for Boston, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Look what he did yesterday. He's just coming off COVID, being
Mm-hmm.
out for COVID, and he went off last night. If him
He
and
did.
Tatum can get their groove this year, they're going to be a good team.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Marcus Smart is not just a defensive player anymore. He can shoot.
Right. He can. Yeah. Yeah. That boy can play. He's showing them.
And,
Hey, I can do it
and
all.
for some reason, Boston's one of those teams where they just fucking develop these good role players out of nowhere.
Yep. I forgot
The
a
Williams
dude's
dude,
name. Yeah, Williams. That's exactly what I was
what
thinking
the
of.
fuck?
Williams. That center guy.
Yeah,
What
like
is it?
they,
They got
like
some guys. Yeah.
I,
They got
I
some
think
real
they
good
still
guys.
got Al Horford, right? They just picked him back up.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
So I gotta give Boston that credit, especially after what I seen yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth, I'm gonna go Philly. That whole that
That shit is something else.
toxic ass shit. Like
That shit is on a different level right now.
it's like that's not even like a scorned woman toxic level relationship they got going on over there. Ben doesn't want to be there. They don't fuck with him, and B doesn't seem to fucking like him.
At all. They don't fuck
My
with each
thing
other.
is, you showed up because you don't want to be fined no more. Cool. And then you practice with your phone in your pocket, disengaged, getting kicked out. It's not a secret. I'm not a big fan of Doc Rivers. I feel like he's a tad bit overrated as a coach, just because he won one championship and he's coached a hell of a lot of Hall of Famers.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So let's stop saying Doc is. He's not. Just be real about it. He failed with what 2 inclinations of the Clippers team.
Yep.
You only got 1 ring out of that Celtics thing.
Yep.
Philly's not gonna work itself out. That team is imploding, which is something I've said going back to our first year on this podcast. Get rid of Simmons and build around Embiid.
Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do.
But anywho, I feel like they're pretty much the same last year, just without Ben Simmons now.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And then last, say the Raptors, like they lost one of their all-time greats in Lowry.
Yep.
Siakam,
he didn't turn into that player that we thought
Oh,
he was going to be.
Like you're overpaying the guy, and he's just not that. So I got it as Nets, Knicks, Boston, Philly, Toronto.
I got the exact same list. Now the interesting thing would be, well, when it happens, because I think it's going to happen sometime this year. I don't know when, but it will happen.
When Simmons is traded?
Yeah, Simmons is going to be out of there because as much as they want to make it work, you can't have that happen. You can't have that.
The only way that trade will boost Philly for me is on what they get back. And I feel exactly. The longer it takes, the less they're going to get back.
Absolutely. That's why I've been fucked up, because if he were to go out there and handle it professionally and actually went out there, played games, practice hard, other teams are going to see, all right, he's still one of the greatest point guards that we have. Yeah, he's got a free throw shooting problem, but he's still one of the
He's not
best
even got a free.
players
He's
that we
got a
have.
shooting problem to the point where
Right,
he don't
that
even
too.
want to take
But
shots.
maybe it all changes this year now that
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
out of,
maybe
so
it's a
that's got
mental
to
thing.
change.
Yeah, it could be mental. Like once he finally gets traded, he's like, "Fuck it, fresh start."
Yeah, exactly. It all depends
And let's
though
not
on
be
who they get back.
let's be honest. Philly isn't the best place to be mentally when you're struggling.
Oh hell no! Philly and New York are not the places you want to be, but Philly for damn sure. They already said that if he plays a game there, he's gonna get booed. It's gonna be a problem. So I wouldn't play. There's no reason for him to go out there and expose himself to that. Just handle it gracefully. Go up to the office and say, look, we know I don't want to be here. I'm not going to practice hard. I'm not going to do all these things that you want me to do. Just get me out of here while you still can get me at a high value. Because right now it's just too ugly. But other than that, no, I have the exact same list that you had, same order. Um, yeah. The next, I think the only problem for them, especially with Kyrie not being there, is the Bucks still look like a dominant fucking team, and they're still big as hell. The
Of course,
Nets
but
didn't.
I think the thing right now is just
It all depends on what we get out of what Harden we get. Are we going to get
that's what I'm
Harden?
saying. You got to remember in that playoff series, it was a hurt Harden.
Right, of course. But now that he's going to have to, he's going to really have to take on that point guard role, which is normal for him. But without Kyrie, he's really going to have to take on the point guard role and the scoring role. He's going to have to do both now.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to be consistent at that. But no, there's obviously no problem there. But moving on to the Central.
Before you get off of that, I just got one question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to know what is the chances you think we see Kyrie this season? I'm not
I've been
asking if
thinking
he
about
changes
this for
his
a while.
mind or if the rules change. Do we see Kyrie Irving play a game this year?
I think we see Kyrie play a game this year, and that's because the Nets will have no choice but to trade him at some point and try to get something back from him.
But with a different team.
With a different team. Yeah. Okay. I don't see Kyrie back in New York.
Okay.
I think he's dug in where he's at right now. He's trying to lead a movement or whatever. And he's dug in on that. And the Nets will have no choice but to get something back in return for him instead of just paying him $17 million.
Bronco game. Sorry.
Oh, it started already?
Yeah, we giving up a lot of yards early. Anywho, let me put the basketball games on to distract me. All right, let's go next division.
Central. Who we got? We got Bulls, the Cavs, Pistons, Pacers, Bucks.
Bucks for one.
Yeah. I was gonna say Bulls fan. We all know you guys are gonna be fucking light it up.
Listen, the same thing I told Knicks fans.
But the Bucks are still the best team in that.
Bulls fans, the same thing I told Knicks fans. Relax.
Yeah. You're just putting this piece together. You're just putting this all together. It's going to take some time for this thing.
It
looks great on paper. It looks amazing.
Right.
It looked great yesterday, but these things got to mesh. These things. That's why the Lakers thing is not something to be worried about. It's game one. They're going to figure it out. When you have great players, it takes time to figure it out.
Yeah.
But slow your roll. The Bucks are coming off a championship. Woo!
With that being said, the Bulls, you're the second place team there. You're Definitely. The second best team there.
No question.
Indiana,
no question asked.
Indiana's always a crapshoot with them. You never know with them.
Yeah, I got Indiana. They showed me that they are. Well, they didn't show me anything because it's only game one, but just from game one, I like the bounce back from Sabonis, Brogdon. They got somebody else that they picked up from last year from the Nets that should be playing this year. Is it Dinwiddie? No, Dinwiddie's in Washington, right?
Yeah, Dinwiddie's in Washington.
Who's the other one? that was there last year with the Nets. The other point guard. It was Dinwiddie and somebody else.
I know they picked up George Hill again.
Yeah, they definitely did. I forgot it was a goddamn name, but yeah, no, they have another point guard that
Yeah, I'm
got
blanking.
traded, but he went to Indiana. I can't think of his name. He dropped 50. Levert.
Karis
Levert.
LeVert. Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Levert.
now I got them. I definitely got them third. You know, I actually like Karis LeVert, and
Mhm.
Malcolm Brogdon's a really good player.
Yep.
Like I said, they're just one of those teams. You just never know with them sometimes.
Right. They'll be good during the regular season, but they'll probably get knocked out first or second round.
You know, and then
Their ceiling is that high.
Fourth, I'll give Detroit. Very young team, but they're just not as bad as Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only difference.
It's
They're just not as bad.
Cleveland's just bad.
Yeah.
Allen's just.
Yeah, I seen that. That was
Yeah,
in the corner of
he
my eye.
snatched his shit.
KP. Whew.
No, but block before that was nasty.
I missed the block. But before we go on to the Southeast, this is one thing I do gotta say is I think the Bucks are gonna be definitely at the top for trying to repeat this year. I know it's early, but
I think. Woo! All right. Before we say that, obviously the favorite going into the year before that was the Nets.
Yeah, it's definitely
the Nets were up here and everybody else was here. Yeah. But with the Nets losing Kyrie, they're about here now.
Right, exactly.
And that just means the Bucks can still get to them.
Right. The Bucks will have
I'll say this. The Bucks are first of all, the Bucks just whooped the Nets' ass the other night. Let's keep that real. But the Bucks are the biggest threat in the East to the Nets.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Now we move over to the Southeast, where I used to reside when my guy was there. Yeah. But yeah, so you got the Hawks.
I just said, right?
Heat, Hornets, Magic, the Wizards. And he said it. We was down there. We seen it live in action. The sun is crazy.
We might have
the women are beautiful.
We might have to catch a game out there in February.
South Beach, goddammit. Miami.
Nah,
that Miami Heat is real.
That
shit's real.
Never again in the summer. They're the same team they were. They added Lowry, who's another dog. He just fits that team and their style so well.
PJ Tucker.
Nothing else to say about that. PJ Tucker, another guy who fits
another defense guys. Yeah,
grit and grind type of style they have out there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Second, you got to give it to the Hawks what they did last year, making all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Trae Young was
they found their way
in the playoffs, and they brought everybody back.
Yep,
and they're another young team. That whole core is very young,
and they giving it to the Dallas right now. It's a close game, but they hanging in there.
Third, LaMelo and the Hornets. They're definitely exciting to watch.
They're legit.
Yeah, legit. Fourth, I'm gonna give it to the Wizards, and it's not because of Kyle Kuzma.
You know damn well it's because of Kyle Kuzma.
They're only fourth because of
damn well.
I feel bad that he's stuck there.
He's got to get out of there soon, man.
But
he's got to get out of there.
What it is. And then fifth, obviously the Magic. I feel like the Magic is just always bad.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while they pop up and make the
eighth seed to get
the eighth seed, but I don't think that'll happen this year. I think the East is a little bit better than
I feel
they
like
were
people
before.
want to go to Magic games just when they're out there to see Disney World.
Yeah, exactly. What else is there to do? Yeah. I mean, they haven't really been that dominant since Dwight was there. So, yeah. But no, I'm with you on that list. Miami, Hawks, Hornets, Wizards, and Magic. So, yeah, same exact list. But yeah, that's our predictions. We're gonna have a bonus episode which is the 75th anniversary list. We're going to go over that, break that down to you. We'll also break down our too early to call award winners for who rookie of the year, MVP, all those things like that. So we'll all have all of that in the next episode. But other than that, is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we wrap this up?
Fuck the Clippers.
Fuck the Clippers. Y'all know what it is.
You
And
know,
if
I
you
say
didn't know,
true to my shit.
you know, like I said, we keep the smoke. We keep that damn smoke. That energy stays all year round. It don't change.
I'll say it
It don't
again.
fucking
Wait,
change.
fuck that. Fuck the Nets too, because all the Net fans taking shots at the Lakers.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know, it's New York, baby. New York forever. Knicks, baby. And if you didn't know, you motherfucking better ask somebody.
Johnson for sports. We can make sports better.